Oh, yeah, just a little another part of my little story that my mother told me. Honor my father and mother. She told me to tell my story. Um, well, I know I was homeless for a while. It was either that or stay with a bunch of racist people. So I decided, to bless the homeless people, single parents, veterans. I help firefighters. You know, I didn't help the police, but help with Amber Alerts. Helped clean up the streets. So people wouldn't get hurt. I had military officers that were, helping me. When they see me, my body collapsed because of my snap neck or other things. Not all police officers are bad. There's a few. A sergeant here, a friend of mine. Her name was, I think her name was DJ. I think her father was the Kent County Sheriff years ago. But he told me, I was talking with him when I was incarcerated. He told me officers become, police officers for one or two reasons: either to help people or for power to hurt the people. Same thing with any, people, lawyers, judges. They become the same. It's the same thing. Either a lawyer is going to help people or a lawyer is going to hurt the people. A judge is going to help people or a judge is going to hurt the people. It's the same thing. And if people, see that, they should, get those people off the court system. So but we're not this post is not about that. It's a totally different post. This is about when I was in San Antonio. I remember a few times I was found a place. I was near the river walk, not downtown near all the restaurants, but I was more a little bit out towards the city part. And I had a sleeping bag and it was hot, so I slept outside. I put my sleeping bag down and had my bag and I was going to sleep. And next thing I know, I heard a lady scream. So I jumped up and I couldn't see well, but I ran towards the scream. And there was a lady and her husband were in pain. And I went over there, I said some prayers. There was another gentleman there. He had a phone, and every time he pressed the phone, the lady was screaming pain. So I looked at him. The dude looked at me. Dude's eyes turned color, and I stared at him. Dude got scared and took off running. And then I told him, I said, "That demons, no, no." And the lady, the pain went away, and then I made her call an ambulance. The husband made the husband call an ambulance, and there was family members fighting with each other, and I told the people they need to stop. After the lady was in pain, they needed to stop arguing with each other, so that way the lady could go to the hospital. They right then and there they settled the differences. The ambulance driver said, "Do you want to go?" Asked the lady, "Want to go to the hospital?" She said, "No," or whatever. And the husband ended up taking her to a hotel, and then they went up on their ways. But that was just something, I just, I don't know. I run towards trouble to help people. I don't know why, But anyway, I was on my way to get, I was looking for my brother's house, I guess. I don't know. But I was on my way and I got towards a gas station. I heard the same night, about 15, 20 minutes later, I heard someone screaming for help. It was like a faint, like, I don't know. It wasn't, a very loud scream, but it was a loud scream, but it was like a shakiness in the voice, like a scared voice. And I ran towards it, and there was a younger gentleman, about 17, 18, 19 years old. The guy was from a different, personality, whatever. The guy was gay. I ain't gonna lie, whatever. The guy was in trouble. He was sitting there and he couldn't walk. He was stuck on the sidewalk. I understand as a person that had my body has collapsed many times, especially in during tourist season, and near the Riverwalk, downtown San Antonio, where my body just collapsed. I couldn't feel anything because of my snap neck or my car injury. There wasn't shit I could do. My body stopped and I couldn't move. And no matter where I was, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't stop that shit. But it happened, So I understood. So I helped the gentleman towards. We made it to the gas station. Another gentleman, seen me helping him, and he helped me help the guy get there. And we got security there. He called ambulance, and the guy, he didn't want to cause any problems. Whether the ambulance driver started saying things about, guys' preferences. I said, that's none of my business. The guy was, asking for help, on site. I don't give a shit what the person, color or whatever. That ain't matter. The person was in trouble, and I helped him. But the other guy sat with them, and we sat at the bus stop, and then they finally left, and then I left. I made sure, because I was someone's kid. I would hope someone would do that to my kid, and my kid's ever on the street asking for help. That's just simple shit that I did. But that was part of my God journey, my work that I was doing for God. I didn't even know it. And I didn't ask for anything, and they offered to buy me things. I said no. I ended up, getting guy cough. I didn't have much money. I was homeless. I had a little bit here and there. People would give me money. I didn't ask. People would just give me money. I used to share with other people. I didn't need much. I was homeless, sleeping at bus stops, things like that. But it was either that or continue to get, abused, because I know when I had a broken hand, a snapped shoulder, and a broken neck. And, my brother, and they abused me. And I promised God, I wouldn't ever kill again. So I had to take that shit. But not anymore. I ain't got to take that shit no more. But, the dude, well, I'd say his name, Brian, he literally, I was sitting there, I couldn't move, I couldn't feel anything. Dude threw shit on my face, purposely throwing shit at my feet, throwing food on my shoes, and sending the dog. I told him, I said, I told him, I said, God, I was like, please, let me just, and God said no. So I humbled myself, and I took that shit, I turned the other cheek. I was all right, cool, and then, but when all three of them, because it was my brother, the roommate, and the other roommate, because he was Sicilian, he had a degree, they all they seen me at this level. I could barely move, and they all got aggressive at that time. And I said, God, and God said, yes. So I said, Rah! And then I scared the shit out of them. Scared the shit out of three. I couldn't even move. I had a broken hand I had a cast on my hand. I had a thing on my shoulder and a snapped neck. And these fully grown gentlemen coming at me and shit like that. And I scared the shit out of them. Even witnessed that phone call that Brian got. Some guy said they will not go against God. That was taped. My brother, it was on speakerphone. They all heard that shit. But, I had to forgive these people, even after they stole that, $5 million cryptocurrency policy from me and all these other bullshit phones, email accounts. The dude, I was making videos. The dude would, mirror my phone, use my video and things like that with his likeness. Same thing like they were doing here. My niece's friends are doing that shit here. I know computers. I know mirroring. I know how to ghost an operating system on another machine. I know how to do that. That's why I told these people, why do they keep trying? But I don't know. But see, those are the things, I had to forgive these people. But I had to forgive those people so that way I could go help these other people, the people that actually needed help. That's why, I'd rather be homeless and, around all this abuse and shit like that. They keep continuing to send their people, incarcerated people, sending messages to other people to harm me spiritually or physically or mentally. But you see, I had to forgive those people because I'm supposed to go, help these people in Kent County that were abused by, the system and all these other places, which I would help those people. But the people that, that did it towards these people will not get the help. They will not get God's protection. They will not get anything because God gave them a month and a half to change their ways. Not one of them did. Not one of them did. It doesn't matter what social class these people are from. They are not above God. I'm going to say that in my Jedi mind things. They are not above God. See? Laughter. After all the abuse and all those things, I don't even care about the abuse. It's about the people that I help, the people that appreciate me being there for them. Let them know that there are people like me out there that help people that have taken shit from family members or other people that, family members send at me, or that lawyers send at me, or judges send at me, or other exes' families send at me. These people, they think they're above the law because they have money and shit like that. I've taught at the lower level, at many ministries, many homeless shelters, many other organizations. I've taught the same things, the good things that I've taught in Wyoming, I taught the next generation. While all these people out here are defaming people, trying to defame me. I'm not even famous, and they don't want me to become famous because they don't want me to spread my word. They don't want me to bless the sacrament of marriage because then it infiltrates their demonic ways. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else they do. But it infiltrates the minds of those people that they were, trying to affect. It takes away the hypnosis that they put in the videos, the bass, the 808 bass, and some of those words, hypnotic frequencies. I know I created a frequency, a healing frequency that my brother's friend made it sexual. It was actually a healing frequency that helped people. And they made it sexual. So I had to change the frequency. See, it's just things, I create little things to help people, and they try to make it, so that way they can make money. They can charge people for things that, blessings from me, from God. I don't ask for money. I bless people, without asking for anything in return because, it's a blessing from God. But when they try to turn around, steal from God, God gets involved. Thou shall not steal. The first thing I said when I got back in Michigan, thou shall not steal. All these people in the courts, all these people in the St. Jude Church, thou shall not steal. They call themselves religious leaders. They call themselves religious people, but thou should not steal. They continue stealing. Not only do they steal, financial things, they try to steal energies from people. They used by tarot readings, mediums. Mediums are not supposed to be in churches. I have abilities. I'm afraid. I don't like using them because I think they're against God's thing. That's why I don't do tarot. I will watch tarot readings, but I don't believe in that shit. Because my aunts and my mom, they do candle magic. They do they got candles right here. They do that shit. They believe in the witchcraft book. Emilio Valdez from San Antonio, Michigan, my cousin, showed me the book. He flipped through the pages, and I just happened to have a photographic memory. So I understood some of the spells. Invisibility spell? What's an invisibility spell? I was in there. A cloaking spell, a mirror magic. So that way they could steal people's energies of people looking in the mirror. They have it set up like someplace else. I don't know. It's weird, the things these people believe. They believe in all this. All they got to do is go outside and put their hands together and say, thank you, God. God is more. God is not magic. God is miracles. That's why they can't get away with this shit no more, because God is miracles. God is not magic. God's miracles is magic. God is not magic. God is miracles. And there's this magic that they use is not of this earth. It's I don't know. They play with stars and the universe, whatever. I understand. I know all about it. I won't do any of it, but I mean, I have God. I preach and I preach, and I won't ever stop preaching. And I continue fighting because of my baby girl. I promised her I'd see her again. And my baby boy, I promised him I would never give up. While my oldest son told me to forget my dreams, quit following my dreams, and bring my ass home, I didn't teach my kids that. That's Tanya Root teaching them that shit. That's the type of shit they're teaching the next generation, to not follow their dreams. That is not a Gossidist way. Gossidist teach people to follow their dreams. Ask my cousin David. My Uncle Johnny pushed my cousin David. Ask them. It's not the Gossidist way. Gossidist teach people to follow their dreams as long as they're not hurting other people. For me, I've learned many things from my Aunt Fema side or the Gomez side. I learned I learned construction. I learned dancing. I don't remember the dance. I wish I did, and I could finish these videos. But I'm gonna try to remember this shit. But I learned the Fraga side, and the Gossidist side is the ones they gotta worry about, because it's the Gossidist side. It's about the about to put some good energy in this world. We are only good if we do good. Me, I preach and preach and preach and preach. I'm honoring my mother. My mother told me to tell my story, but my story, I will put all the good that I have done in the thing. But as the people keep continuing, I would tell the things that they did bad towards me, because July 7th, 2021, when they ordered my brake line cut, I was not supposed to survive the accident. So the devil knew nothing about after the accident, and that's why they're confused. But their phone calls are digital footprints. I forgive these people. They got to ask themselves, is God going to forgive these people? That's between them and God. Tupac said it best. Only God can judge me. God judged me. I made it through the accident. Was revived many times since then. In San Antonio by different EMS workers, fire department, police officers, nurses. And why? Because I was trying to, help people, help myself, trying to get my ID, trying to make my life better, trying to, I woke up in the morning, so I wasn't going to go, be a panhandler. I was going to try to, start my life again, because I'm a single person, divorced, I had to start over again. And as I was trying, I started getting knew this, knew that. My family took that little bit away from me. But as God said, don't forget about that little bit. Forget about that $5 million that he stole from you. Forget about all this time that they falsely accused you, said something, your lawyer purposely said illegal things in court against you, unconstitutionally, breaking the Indian treaty on camera. They purposely broke an Indian treaty on camera, and it is documented. I was there, and not allowing me to, speak my voice. And then when I called Mr. Lambert on the phone, asked him why he said he did, he laughed, smirked in the camera, and hung up on me. My cousin Mark was sitting right next to me when I called Kelly Lambert. And the judge told me they cut my mic off. They did the same thing at my at Shaw Law Group. So I wanted to go to my lawyer's office. So I went to Shaw Law Group, who was my attorney. I sat using their computers. They did the same thing. They cut off the mic for me. So not only was it unconstitutional, they violated a treaty on camera twice. I need the Indian people to step up and take these people out of office. Twice they violated. And they continue hurting people of color because they're not black or white skinned. Mr. Lambert and Mr. Judge, Ms. Pa's family, because they got money, they got a degree, because she works for a law office. Ask Matt Huber, they dragged his ass through the mud. I ain't scared against these people. I don't give a shit about the money. I care more about helping godly people. And these people in Kent County courts are not godly people. That's why they got to go. Peace.